These are 3 things I've learned from starting a business this year. The first thing is that everything is much harder than you think it's gonna be. For me, I thought getting clients for my copywriting business was gonna be super easy. I was just gonna hit people up. The offer was a no-brainer. You wanna see a free email sample? 5,000 sent out. I think I got 14 responses. And the fulfillment process, that one, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit easier than I thought, but it takes a lot of time, a lot more than I expected. And obviously you have to do client revisions and things like that. And then I wanna go track the data so I can actually make sure I'm doing a good job. So I have to ask them for their analytics for the emails, how they performed. Sorry, I'm talking about emails for the record. Asking them for their analytics, and then I'm tracking them, and then I'm searching the patterns. I'm throwing it into ChatGPT and having it tell me the patterns. And it just takes a lot of time. And I only have, I don't even know, four clients right now. Some people are commission based, other people, that's why it's kind of a whole mess, but around 4 that are paying monthly. And you know, it gets to be a lot. It gets to be very confusing. And now I'm a little bit too busy with the fulfillment process and my current day job to be able to take on new clients or even really have a ton of time to reach out to new people. I still do it, of course. I do make the time, but it's getting difficult, very difficult. And yeah, so anyway, that's the first lesson. Things are much harder than you expect. The second thing is that it's actually a lot easier to stand out than I expected. And I know this is kind of contradictory to my last point, but oh my goodness, the bar is so low for businesses. All I do is turn things in when I say I will, and people freak out and they love it. And they're like, wow, you're so easy to work with. And I'm like, all I do is do what I say I'm gonna do. So if you just keep your word, and I've heard a ton of people online say this, if you just keep your word, you're probably gonna be good to go. And it makes me laugh that it's even this bad. But to be honest, I interact with plenty of businesses on a day-to-day basis that are just horrible. And it's crazy to me how they get so horrible. So follow through, keep your word, be on top of things, respond quickly, chillin', super easy. Every client I've had has been extremely happy with everything, no complaints. And you know, obviously there's things I'm working on, but so far everyone's thrilled, and it has not been that difficult for me. The last thing is that the most important things are the most boring ones. Yes, a very boring list of 3 things, but unfortunately this is the reality. So I have been doing 100 reach outs a day to people. I do my client fulfillments, you know, I send them their emails for the month or whatever, whenever I can get to it. I have my day job, and that's pretty much it. Every time I've hit a milestone or I've gotten a client, yes, it's been very exciting to get a new client, but it's not as exciting. And now me imagining, you know, my dream was make 10K a month. My ultimate goal is $1 million a month, to be clear. But my dream for the next year was 10K a month, and I could just chill at home. I can fulfill the client needs and I'll be good. And yeah, that would be nice. But the closer I've gotten to that, the less exciting it really seems, to be honest. I'm like, what am I gonna do with myself, honestly? And to be fair, right now, it's kind of like I've bought myself another job because I'm essentially just working another job, aka just copywriting for people, but I have like 4 different bosses. But, you know, eventually when I'm able to hire people and things like that, I think it'll be a lot more pleasant. But yeah, it's really just not as exciting as you think it will be. So having your expectation correct in that area, I think is extremely useful, because if you think hitting these goals is gonna be so crazy and so exciting, you might be disappointed, but it doesn't mean they're not worth pursuing. My life is significantly better since doing it. But it's just, you know, it's not as glorious as you see on the Instagram with the yacht parties and the whatevers. I'm just sitting at home every weekend with my girlfriend, and she works on her business and I work on mine, and that's pretty much what we do. And then I come out here and film some videos for the week. But, you know, it's not super exciting, but it is nice and I enjoy it. But, you know, really the takeaway from that is enjoy the process. Don't expect it to be easy, but also understand that the bar is low. So it's not easy, but standing out is pretty easy compared to, most people. Like, once you get a client, it's pretty easy, in my opinion, in my experience, to keep them happy as long as your product is good or your service is good. If you just respond back and do things when you say you will, you're good. That's it. So anyway, that's what I've learned. Hopefully it's useful. And if you haven't started yet, start. Don't wait for New Year's.